What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. If you don't know who I am, that means you're new. I'm Mark. What's good with y'all? Go check out my other videos. Check them out. But first, stay on this one. Watch this one. I think this one's going to be real important, especially for those of y'all who are just getting into shotguns, things like that. So, I'm sure y'all have been wondering, damn, he's been coming out with these gun myths just like it's nothing. Yeah, well, I mean, there's a lot of gun myths in the, excuse me. There's a lot of myths in the gun community that either have been debunked, they're already proven as myths, so I get to talk about that, or that need to be debunked, and I can talk about that too. So that being said, let's get into this video's topic. Y'all read the title. This video, all right, is going to be around debunking the gun myth that you don't need to aim with a shotgun. That is absolutely ludicrous. That is nowhere near correct in any way, shape, or form, and I'm going to explain how and why. All right, so first off, it's generally speaking a good idea to aim any firearm that you're shooting. I know there are some situations where you won't have the opportunity to aim. If you have to like hip fire your pistol or something like that, you just, I guess y'all couldn't see that. If you draw and you just like that, you know what I mean? But like I get, situations like that, you generally speaking aren't going to be able to aim. That's fine. I'm not disagreeing with you guys there. However, shotguns are used for home defense situations pretty much exclusively, as most people aren't carrying them around. All right. So with that being the case, people like to believe, oh yeah, well, you're in such a small area, the shotgun rounds they spread, so you don't have to aim with it. You just shoot wherever and you'll hit whoever. And that's not true by any standard. Now, of course, like birdshot as an example, birdshot spreads a decent little bit. But you got to remember, we're talking, hell, I can't even find something on this table as small as the BBs that, are in birdshot. Like, I've seen videos where people have gotten shot in the face with birdshot, actually. Not at, point blank range or anything, but, they were shot in the face with birdshot, and they're still alive. They're still here. Hell, one of them got hit in their eye, and they still got, their eye. It's not like I personally know these people. There's a situation that has gone viral. It's very well known. You know what I mean? But you see what I mean? That's not, generally speaking, an effective round you want to use to defend your home. It's called birdshot for a reason. It's, used for range practice, basically, and hunting down birds. It's really what it's used for. Now, I will say, people are going to be like, oh, well, if that's the case, then buckshot isn't a good defensive round because it's made to stop a buck. Have y'all ever seen a buck in real life? Have y'all ever seen deer or any of these, animals that something like, buckshot would stop in real life? I can tell you right now, if it'll stop them, it definitely will stop a person. There you are. That right there covers that little aspect there. Now, of course, you got slugs. There's actually a fuck ton of different type of shotgun ammo. There's exotic ammo, there's dragon's breath, there's all these things, However, the three main types of ammunition you're going to put through your shotguns are going to be birdshot, buckshot, and slugs. All right. Now, I do want everybody to understand that just like how most firearms are, shotguns, the effectiveness can also be based on the caliber, not just the type of round you're using. For example, let's say you're using, some buckshot, but it's out of a 410. It's going to do some damage, sure, but I'm not too sure it's really going to do enough to stop the person in their tracks like how a 12 gauge would or a 10 gauge would. You know what I mean? There's, of course, varying factors to it, just like how there is anything else in the firearms world. That's just common sense. All right, we can all agree there. However, if I hit somebody with some buckshot, I know they ass going down. I can tell you that without a doubt in my mind that they are going down if I hit them with some buckshot. All right. I can pretty much say the same thing goes for slugs. Now, I'm sure y'all are wondering, well, isn't that a little counterintuitive with the last video you did where you're saying the bigger the bullet, it doesn't mean it's always better? Well, here's the problem with that. 12 gauge also has the pressure behind it that a big round like a slug can deliver the energy. You see what I mean? So that when people say you don't need to aim, it's like, okay, well, are you only using birdshot for, as a defensive round? Because that's not, generally speaking, a great idea. So that's where I get, a little confused when people make this argument, because I think they're trying to say that, oh yeah, well, I just use birdshot and it spreads, so I don't have to aim, which is stupid. Birdshot doesn't carry enough energy, generally speaking, for it to, for it to stop somebody, especially if you're not like aiming for a specific area. It just seems like it's not going to do shit, really. Now, buckshot, it spreads out about, I think it was about an inch per yard, I believe it was. Correct me if I'm mistaken on that, guys. Uh, but buckshot, generally speaking, spreads out about an inch per yard. If I had to guess, say I hopped around that corner right there. There. Maybe like 4 yards at most, 5 yards at 5 yards really at most. That's really stretching it. You see what I mean? You're not gonna be worrying about, oh yeah, well it's spreading and I don't need to aim. That's not it, because 5 inches is, look, I made the joke, about barrel length, on one of my recent videos where it's like, oh yeah, well, you drop a barrel length, 4 inches, you lose that much velocity in a round, so 4 inches is a lot, guys. Tell your girl that, but 5 inches of spread at least isn't, generally speaking, a lot. You know what I mean? It's not something that, okay, yeah, well, it's gonna hit where I want it to without aiming. You definitely are gonna have to aim as far as that goes, guys. I don't see any way around it. Now, of course, if your target is that far out that your buckshot will spread, are you 100% sure your life was in danger? So I'll be honest, that seems, a little like, fuck, okay. I mean, granted, if you're hunting, using buckshot, it's a different story. But like, if you're just trying to defend your life from something, and it's like, bro, it's like 20, 30 yards away. I, I don't even see what would be the use at that point. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure there's might be some examples where it's like, okay, what if they're pointing a firearm at you? Then yeah, by all means, there's varying factors to every situation. I'm not saying there isn't. However, buckshot isn't gonna spread like how birdshot would unless it's a good distance. You know what I mean? So, and we've already established that birdshot, generally speaking, which is what does spread and causes this myth of, oh well, I don't need to aim with a shotgun. It's not too great of a round, defensively speaking. It's not. You know, if you're wondering, oh yeah, well, what type of round would you recommend then as a defensive round? I would recommend some double out buckshot, or a slug, some slugs, buckshot or slugs. That would honestly do you much better as far as defensively speaking. However, using those rounds in your shotgun will require aiming. Why? Because your shotgun, if you're using it for a defensive purpose, is a there's like a 99% chance, I'm pretty damn sure. I don't know the exact statistic, okay, but I'm pretty damn sure that like 99% of the time shotguns have been used defensively have been inside of the home. Now, I'm not including, law enforcement situations, things like that. I'm talking about strictly for people like us, civilians, whatever you want to call us. It's generally happened in the home. So I don't know, guys. I'm just trying to tell y'all that you're going to have to aim. You're really going to have to aim. People love this myth about, oh, you don't need to aim with a shotgun, it'll spread. Well, the only effective defensive rounds that shotguns use, or at least the only effective defensive rounds that you will probably be putting through your shotgun at least, is going to be some buckshot or some slugs. That's it. And you're going to have to aim. You absolutely will have to. Now, I'm sure if you're maybe like in a hallway or something, it's like always like maybe 3 yards, 4 yards long type shit. Although that's a pretty long hallway. It's like 12, 15 feet type shit. I'm sure you could probably hip fire your shotgun and, hit your target. I'm not disagreeing there. I'm not saying it's not possible to, hit your target without aiming with a shotgun. I'm just saying that you should probably aim. I'm just telling you guys honestly. It's a good idea to aim your firearms if you can. I can't believe I'm having to say this. All right, goddamn it! I can feel I'm losing brain cells from this video. Oh god! All right, I think that wraps it up for this one. Aim your shotguns, guys. aim them. All right. Y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that bell. When you hit that bell, hit all. And because y'all agree with me that you need to aim your damn shotguns, all right, go and check out the podcast channel, Adam's channel, Centerfire Podcast, Gun Nut TV. Y'all know what the deal is. Y'all make sure to stay legal, stay safe, stay dangerous. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.